Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Oregairu. It is the third season, it is episode 5 and last episode was really great. I liked it a lot. We finally, for me, reached a point where it felt like something new is happening, like we are getting in deeper and the character development is starting again, or moving on. I mean, it was moving on all the time, but finally it was clear enough which itch we are scratching. So much being said, I hope this continues in this episode. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, now. Hey. It's really interesting to see the different development of the characters by now. Yui and Yuki kind of going a different lane, you could say. Ah, here we go. Ah, coffee. She likes his coffee. She knows his coffee that he likes. Ooh. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she vouched. He went in. Yeah, her. You can do as you want. Too much. Whoa. Hmm? The prom as well. I don't think so. Sorry, I don't agree there. I don't think it is game over. Yes, I understand that the anti-prom Liga will get power, no question, because right now she doesn't exist. It doesn't exist with the students. But if you try to force students to cancel the prom, I think there will be a lot of upset against that as well. So, eh. Um, I'm just writing down something I will discuss in the end. About that. It's about free will, and I'm searching for the word. Participation. It was. Yeah, that's a good explanation. Yeah, she did. Yeah. First time being able to push through against her mother. Hmm. Yeah. He didn't drink anything yet. Wow, she is agitated. Yeah. Voluntary. Ah, she's leaving already. Yeah. Does care. Kinda. I am hip and young. Still. What a good teacher she is, right? Helping them all the time. Nope. Nope. She has her very own plan, I guess. Oop. That just makes. And you're right. How boring. Yep, not hitting on you. Yep. Hmm. How did he cause that? Hmm. Yes, they are. Hmm. Okay. But still, how the heck did he cause this situation? Yeah, it feels like. Yeah. He doesn't want him to see what she's planning. Push, push. There's no discussion happening. And he will turn it back. Which is an option to do it. Ouch. Well, good ideas, but yeah, they just want to destroy it. You're not getting out of that. Well, direct to the nose. Easiest way to do it. That's her fear, yeah. Most acts of service. He is challenging her. So he's kind of planning the prom himself now? Oh. Once again, the have to do one thing. And he was blushing. That's creepy, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a bit of surprise there, right. Is yeah, isn't it? Okay. Checking. After credit scene. Yeah, she just works. The prom will surely happen. Yeah. He's declaring victory. End things? Wow. Yeah, she's working too much, clearly. Well, the question is for what, right? So let's start with that one right at the end there. Looks like she was crying. Um, I don't know. I mean, they want to make it like she's about to end things with Hikki, to end things with the council, to end things with all this stuff. But it could very well be, and I think this is what it goes for, to end things with her mother, not the relationship, but this kind of dependency on her mother as well. Because talking about dependencies, which was the big one in the last episode and the one before, that Yuki is depending too much on Hikki. I think this goes other ways as well. She's too much depending on her family, although she really tried to stretch those bindings or to even cut the ropes, the wires. But still, you can see that there are dependencies. She's dependent on their money. She's dependent on the name. She's dependent on the fact that she's the daughter of this family. Her name is very often used with, oh, that's the little sister of Haruno, that's the daughter of the famous woman, which is her mother, and stuff like that, right? So she, even in the beginning, very much, I think like the first time she got introduced in this series, it was very clearly put in that she is who she is due to her family and due to her upbringing. So I think that is independency as well. And if you think about ourselves, we all have this kind of dependencies, right? We are formed and molded by the society, but mainly by the family we come from. So they leave an imprint on us, right? And it's very, very hard to break out of that shell and find another way for yourself. Be different. That is something that happens very much in puberty. We all know, right? That when we go against the parents, when we rebel. But yeah, that should have been gone already, and I think she's still in that. She's still into this phase. So dependencies. I think she's crying about the final straw now against her mother. It feels a lot. Which brings me to the mother. I like the fact that the teacher stated it pretty clearly that there are people in power or in specific positions that can force whole groups to act in a way, or in this case, it feels very much like Yuki's mother is doing what she does for her own sake, like a war against her daughter. And in the end, the I think it was GOP, is just being played by her. So we had that discussion last time already, that from what we heard from Haruno, it is not that many and not that strong negative in this group of people against the prom, but the mother of Yuki makes it sound like. So It's more neither her personal vendetta, which, by the way, may turn later on. Just saying, would be kind of nice. In the next season or whenever, if we realize that the way that Yuki's mother did act was to force Yuki to go against her and to grow up, and by doing so made Yuki become more responsible, self-aware, her very own person. That might be as well, right? But if so, it is an interesting and very harsh move from a parent. The whole situation right now is that the school wants the students to cancel the prom by themselves. Those students who planned it. So they are not really saying that. They are not forcing you to cancel. They just put enough stones in your way so that you feel like, okay, that's not worth it. Let's just stop it. And if they would succeed with that, they could be like, yeah, well, nothing happened. All is fine. Everyone's happy. Which, in my opinion, is more neither the opposite of what a school should do. Yes, a school is meant primarily to teach you stuff in the meaning of facts, of mathematics, physics, your language, history, sciences, and so on and so forth. But apart from this teacher-sided school, there is another part of school which you should learn about social stuff, preparation for life. It is something that in the schools nowadays is way too little still, but it is way more important. I don't know if this learning. There's this saying, what is it? You learn for school, not for life. That is I just translated a saying in German, which is a bit sad, right? Because very often it felt like stuff that we learned in school, we never ever need again, right? Basic mathematics, yes, here and there, your language, sure, a little bit of history, so you have a general background on what the heck is going on in the world, and geography as well, but let's say like deeper chemistry and biology and deeper parts are not necessarily important in your life. If you know them, and you're really, really, really good at that, and you are able to combine yourself stuff, you'll realize most of the stuff you learned in school you can see and use somewhere in life, but for general, in most of the time, there are things that are way more important, and that is, how does my society work? How do I interact with people? How do I form a group and stay in the group? How do I get resilience against life's problems, right? As we have right now. So this might be, as I said, the lesson that Yuki's mother is trying to teach. And I don't think she is. Right now she seems to be the negative character. We don't know, right? But she's teaching her daughter resilience right now, and Yuki is going for it, right? If Yuki would succeed, she would have more confidence. She would have realized, I can go on even against the toughest of nails, right? And that would boost her confidence so much. And that is one thing you have to learn as a human being, is to be responsible, is to be kind of honest, at least to yourself, if not to someone else. It would be nice if you would be honest to others, but at least be honest to yourself. You don't have to shout it out, right? Be self-aware, reflective, and you need to grow resilience. You need to grow some kind of toughness and mental fortitude against the things that come in life. And that is one thing that the teach said. It is an endless spiral. It is an endless circle. Whenever you finished a situation and you came out on top or bottom, whatever, the next one is already waiting. So it's an endless circle again and again all your life, even until you're 30 and later on. It never stops. It's just very different in magnitude, in how hard it is, right? So if I try to remember my younger days, which are long past, and my memory is, yeah, well, let's just say it consists of many holes and nothing else. I know that in my time as a kid and as a youngster, when I was in school, this was real for me. My problems were real problems. I felt them as real problems, and they were my problems, right? And they were harsh. They were not small. My problems were huge for me. Looking as a way older guy right now and looking at kids at that age, right? Seeing their problems. And I do it like that. Because for me, they are not. I'm like, that is not a real problem you have there. There are so much harder problems in life. But that's just a mean view, because they don't seem harsh for me, because I went through them already. I built up my resilience. I grew strong enough to deal with that, to put them in perspective, right? They can't. And that's the same here with this group we are watching. The problems they are having are problems that are real for them and important for them, and they need to be able to solve them. And here we go back to where I started. A teacher's responsibility should be as well to give those kids the handiwork to the tools to deal with their problems. It's not about solving their problems. It's not the work of Hiratsuka, I think it is, right? So of the teacher, to solve the problem. What she could do best, and I think she's trying, is give the tools and general ideas of direction how to solve their problems themselves. And she's doing this since episode 1, when she put Hikki into that group, right? Because she realized they can help each other, they can grow with each other. It's not about others to solve your problems. It's not about dependencies. Here we are again. It's about learning how to solve problems yourself and how to use the tools and the resources around you. And for Yuki, Hikki can be a resource. She does not need to rely on him to solve it, but she could rely on his strength that he has and use them for her. So that is something you can learn as well. A good boss in a company will not solve everything himself. He will delegate. He will say, you're good with mathematics, you do this stuff. You're good with finances, you do this stuff. You're good with empathy, you go to the customer. You know, stuff like that. Delegate. And then when all is done, you put it together, form it in a nutshell, and say, here, I did. That's not wrong, right? And I think that's something they are learning right now, working together. And we had it in the end when Yuki said that they need to find a different way instead of depending. I'm not sure if she said it or Hikki, but that's the important moment there. They had a way of working together so far. It seems like that is not a perfect way. Happens. It worked so good for this time being, but now they need to implement changes. They need to adjust a little bit, right? And that's okay. The solution of shunning one or pushing him even out, like Yuki did towards Hikki, is not a solution. If you're a group of people and there's something not going on inside, sure, you can push someone out, and that may solve it, but this person is gone, right? Instead of finding a solution to work together is always the better one. And I think they are on that. So as I said in the beginning, I think the school is doing something wrong by trying to shut down the students. They should give them the option to exercise their free will, to do a work of participation. They want to create something. That is something as a teacher you normally should love and should say, cool, go for it, right? They're wanting to create a prom. It's not like they're about to do dark rituals in the cellar, praising some evil beings, right? It's not. It's just a prom. What the heck? And then we have Iroha in this episode, which is interesting because she's like a binding element here, right? The story right now moves mainly around Yuki and Hikki and their relationship with each other, and Iroha is sitting by and listening to them and realizing that this blender between those two characters is different and feels very weirdly intimate, you could say, even, right? So there is a relationship between those two, and she I think kind of would want that kind of relationship as well. So she realizes there's a moment between these two that she does not have with Hikki. Kind of like in last episode, Yui realizing due to the photo that there's something between Yuki and Hikki that she doesn't have either. And then she recreated that moment. So, yeah. Yuri said, Yuri, holy heck. And now I'm stuck. Iroha said that she wants Hikki to take responsibility. He never takes responsibility. I don't think so. I mean, he just did. And I think he did in many regards in the past. It just never feels like. But he is there, right? You take responsibility when you're in there, when you're making a comment, when you're doing work. So I'm not sure. I think she wants to have more clear words from him, and that is something. I don't know. I think it's not his style, right? I think he does it very well right now. Helping out. I think that's going pretty well so far. A good episode again. I really like it. We are once again with a loser has to do one thing the other wants moment. Let's see where this is going to this time. But yes, good episode. So we continue from here. That's it for this time. I hope you liked. I did for sure. And I will see you in the next episode. Until then, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.